What's poppin', y'all? It's your boy Lou Too Sick back in the lab, and today we're gonna do a video looking at the future for a one Terence Bud Crawford. A few days ago, hey, he made history beating Canelo Alvarez. Now we have to look at what's next. Will my man do a victory lap? Will he set his focus on making history, or will he try to chase one big money bag? In the weeks after the Canelo fight, things have felt different. I talked to casual boxing fans, even people who only tune in for the biggest fights. Nobody was saying that that fight stunk or boxing is dead. Their biggest complaint of Canelo Crawford was, why was it on so late? Translation, they watched, they cared, and they thought it was a good fight. Now that matters. Now after the dust has settled, one thing has become clear. Crawford, he's not ruling out a move to 160. He's actually calling it an option. You see, this isn't the Bud Crawford from 2018. Back then, he barely did interviews. Now, he's everywhere. Pat McAfee, Ariel Helwani, The Ring, even walking out on Monday Night Football. This is a veteran who understands the business, and he's finally selling the moment while the moment is hot. So if that's the case, if Crawford decides to move at 160, let's take a look at what the plan would look like. Well, first off, you have Janibek, who's a tough southpaw with disciplined feet, and he brings real middleweight power. Then you have Carlos Adames, and he's athletic, sharp, and the easiest fight to make politically. Lastly, you have Erislandy Lara, who has name value, but he's older, less active, and more stationary than he used to be. On paper, Crawford would be favored against any one of them. But favored doesn't mean easy. Janibek is the trickiest matchup, Adames is the most realistic first step, and Lara is legacy friendly. Now, if Crawford wants a 6th division world title quickly, I think the quickest route to that would have to be Carlos Adames. Now, for an Adames-Crawford fight, the promotional lines are clearer. His style is hittable if Crawford controls the pace, and it sets up a unification run right after. From there, Crawford could chase Janibek for the toughest test or grab Lara to consolidate the belts. If other champions unify first, well, that's even better. Crawford could walk straight into a 2-belt fight and take control of the division. That's the same playbook that Canelo used in 2021. Maybe not the biggest event fights, but historically important wins that stack up a legacy. Now, Crawford is 38. I say that because that matters. At 154, he had some tough moments. At 160, well, the margin for error is a lot smaller. Facing guys like Janibek, who use accuracy, precision, and power, well, shoot, it could pose a tough challenge. But Crawford's timing, ring IQ, and ability to figure opponents out mid-fight still travel up in weight. If anything, he looks sharper at solving problems now than ever before. Of course, there are other routes he can take, and honestly, they all pay. First, there's a Canelo rematch. That fight brings big money and bragging rights. But the question is, do we need it right now? Then you have an Ilya Topuria crossover, which would bring a fun headline, but honestly, little value for the resume. Then you have Chris Eubank Jr. in the UK, who brings a huge atmosphere, an easier style matchup, some global exposure, but again for the resume, little value. Lastly, imagine Crawford fighting for a title at 160 in a packed football stadium in Nebraska. Similar to like a hometown coronation. Well, that would be storybook. The most important advice I would give to Crawford and his team moving forward is, hey, strike while the iron is hot. You guys are known for having periods of inactivity. Well, that needs to be done away with. All right. They need to have a fight early next year, keep that momentum going, and then grab a belt at 160. So by this time next year, we're talking about a unification fight at 160. What's at stake if Crawford pulls it off? A 6th division world title? Well, that's almost unheard of. A 4th division where he's undisputed? That's record book territory that few could ever touch. And the old Crawford is unmarketable narrative? Well, that's now completely dead. Crawford is mainstream now, and that's on his own terms. At this point, Crawford is not chasing names. My man is chasing history. And until he loses, well, it's easy to say that he's probably the biggest fight in boxing right now. With that said, let me know who you guys think is next. Let me know what of those 160-pound names that you want to see face off Crawford. Hey, let's continue the conversation going in the comments. It's your boy Lou Too Sick. Y'all know what to do. Click a like on this video. Let's get it popping in the algorithm so the rest of the world can see. If you haven't, subscribe to the channel because we're working on so much for you. If it's in the world of professional wrestling, boxing, MMA, we're talking about it. If fists are flying, bodies are dropping, your boy is watching. Just again, make sure you subscribe, make sure you're tuning in, hit that notification bell, and of course, keep those hands up.
Shit, I'm out the goose wavy, vision looking shaky. Hand me water, I don't feel right. Just had the club crazy, bad yellow baby, sitting on my lap. How I'm ending my night.